Right. All right. Good day, boys and girls. Guess what? I was challenged again. Thank you very much, Ghetto Van Adventures. It's quite an honor. Reckon you having first day of my new lips. Don't worry. I feel honored that you recognize me to participate in this challenge. Thank you very much. So, it's 14 questions and it's called Get to Know Me or something like that. I gotta pick, 3 people, I guess? I'm gonna pick 3 people at the end of this video. So, here today, after this other clip that I got, we will throw in my 3 picks. So, cheers. Right, question number 1. What is my name and who named me? Well, haven't you seen the title of my video channel? Life of Chuck. Yes, it is Chuck. It's not Charles. And when I was younger, everybody says, "Oh, are you short? Chuck short for Charles?" No, not. I don't know who named me, but I was named after my father. His name was Charlie. Question number 2. Do you have siblings? Yes, there's 4 in our family. I have 2 sisters who are 5 and 6 years younger than me. I also have a younger brother, much younger. I guess, yeah, he came a little late, unexpected. It was kind of a situation, it was like, whoops, there it is. Question number 3. Are you close to your cousins? There is one cousin I kind of chat with here and there at the moment. However, when I was younger, yes, I was quite close to our cousins. Some of the cousins we'd go camping with a lot on my father's side, and my mother's side too, we'd go camping a lot. Actually, on my mother's side, I ended up babysitting a lot of the younger cousins and kids because I was the oldest. So being the oldest on my mother's side of the family, I was more of the, like I said, babysitter, caregiver. However, on my father's side, I was a lot closer to them. They were more my age, so like I said, we had done a lot of camping. I have a lot of memories of going around. They used to have a couple of those little mini bikes, Trail 70s. So yeah, we'd rip around through the woods and forests and all that, and yeah, get wounded. Couple of crashes on the motorbikes and that. So yeah, lots of troublesome times being a young little kid, having lots of fun. So lots of campouts with them and that. So yeah, a couple of older boy cousins who are 1 year older than me and 3 years older than me. We used to hang around quite a bit actually, and again get into lots of trouble when we were teenagers and just getting our license. My one cousin Bob could drive, so he would take me around and show me everything. We do a lot of street racing, and rat racing is what they used to call it back in Brandon. And yeah, I'll get into a lot of trouble with him, and fights. Oh my God, did he ever like to fight? We'd always be picking fights with somebody. As well as bumper shining. Yeah, with all the snow and cold weather and ice in Winnipeg, or in Brandon, I guess we lived at that time, and parts of Winnipeg, we'd always go bumper shining. So it gets minus 30, the roads freeze up solid. So what you do is go wait for a bus to come to the bus stop. When it stops, everybody would go jump out on the back, hold on to the back bumper and ski along on your shoes. So, so much fun actually. Craziness though. We'd do that in cars too. Wait for a car to come up to a stop sign and we'd all jump onto the back bumper of a car. We'd do that at shopping centers like Kmart or grocery stores. We'd wait for people to take off in their cars and we'd all jump on the back of a car. I remember one time there was this little Volkswagen guy was trying to leave the parking lot and so many of us jumped on the back of his car he couldn't go. He wasn't able to move. So the guy jumped out and started freaking out on us. Oh yeah, trouble. Funny. When we got older, yeah, much more sillier. So later on, in around, what year was it? Mid-90s, one of my older cousins had bought into a Little Caesars restaurant, and I ended up working for him actually for a year and a half. What he wanted to do, he was going to buy up to 8 Little Caesars Pizza restaurants was his plan, and he was gonna let me take one over. However, after a year and a half of working for him, he was paying me like freaking nothing, and I just got fed up with it. I said, oh, you're just freaking paying me like freaking peanuts, not even minimum wage, and I could hardly even live, and I just had a kid at that time, my first daughter, and I was struggling, so I kind of got pissed off at him and quit. Wouldn't talk to him much after that, and he couldn't figure out why, so, and we didn't talk much. Then a couple of years back, he just died, actually. 2010? 2000, around 2010, 2009, he ended up dying early. I don't know fully what happened, but I don't know the full circumstances, but there's, so anyways, that's that. So I did question 4 in a previous video, so we're going to skip to question 5, and that was, did you like high school? No way in hell. I was not good in high school. I had a lot of fun. The things I enjoyed was skipping class and going for coffee, or even after school going for coffee with everyone. That was a lot of fun. I liked a lot of the house parties on the weekends and that type of thing, socializing. So, but schoolwork itself, I didn't enjoy. However, when I went back to college many years later, I enjoyed that. I was a little more older, a little more responsible and thinking, and really excelled at it. I was always in the top 3 when I took operations management. I was always top 3. My aim was to be the best in class, period. That's all there was to it. In high school, I didn't care about school. I probably took the wrong courses. At that time, all they had was university entry level. They didn't have like what kids have nowadays. They have aerospace programs and all kinds of amazing programs. But back in a small town of Brandon, there was just some very basic options. I think the only thing I liked in high school was gym and floor hockey. I loved hockey a lot. One of the people we used to play against when he wasn't playing with the WHL was Dean Evison, who went on to NHL fame. He played, 15 years in the NHL? So playing against him was pretty cool. His shot was crazy. I couldn't stop it. I played goalie in hockey, so that was my specialty. So that was the only really good memories I have. Being small in high school, and you're always picked on, and in junior high, so I got picked on a lot. So it was no fun for me. But it wasn't until later on in life, like late high school, that I started standing up for myself a little bit more. One of my memories was, you know what, you could mess with me, I didn't care, but you know what, you fuck around with my friends, and that's where I really stood up. I'd always stand up for others. For me, I could get the shit beat out of me or whatever, and I didn't care. However, one time I remember this one guy, he doubled my size. He was 6 something and 200 and some pounds, and I was 100 pounds wet. And this guy comes up to one of my friends, and I heard you're talking to me, and you know what, I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna kick your ass, I'm gonna catch you after school. So I jumped in between them. I said, listen here, don't fuck with him. You fuck with him, and you gotta fuck with me first. And this guy just kind of like stops and looks at me. He's like, and he kind of just, and walks away, steams off. Next day he comes up to me and says, you know what? The next day he comes up to me and says, you know what? You got a lot of balls, he says. I could snap you like a little twig. He says, but you know what? I give you credit. I got a lot of respect for you. You're the only person who has ever stood up to me, who's ever challenged me. He says, you know what? You're all right, kid. And then we ended up becoming actually best friends after that. And that's not common. The couple times that I have stood up for people and have challenged them, and even a couple of them I did fought. I went knuckle to knuckle. We ended up becoming friends after, so it's kind of funny how life works like that. Question number 6, what do you do for hobbies? Well, this goes back a long time. I'm a car guy from way back, from when I was a young kid, so I like building hot rods and cars and tinkering on vehicles. That's my biggest thing, and that explains van life. I like van life because I can tinker on the van and everything else. Actually, one of the first videos I did was on car stuff. I had an old Mustang that I was about to work on and restore, and I never got to it because I decided to move to BC, so I sold that car off. Working on cars even translates into little cars for me. I enjoy working on model cars. I haven't done that for a while, and that's actually how my video channel started out. It was a model building channel, and it was going to go into detailing how to build model car kits, and it ended up going to van life and travel life. Actually, one of the videos that I did when I first started van life was on my 82 Mustang GT. I was trying to make a decision on whether to keep the car, restore it, and drive it and keep it for a couple years and then transition to van life, or just sell the car and invest that money into van life and just starting traveling and moving. And obviously I started van life and got rid of the car. So yeah, my 82 Mustang GT, it's a factory standard 4-speed car, sunroof. At the present time I'm trying to sell it and get rid of it so I can make my move to BC. Oh, yeah, maybe it will. How about that? I was surprised it decided to start. Really like the thing. It's got a hell of a lot of power, but you know, with me moving, I don't think I can take it with me. I might be able to fly back, I don't know. It's not perfect shape. It needs a little bit of work. It's gonna need quarters and lower quarters, or wheel wells and quarters, I guess. And but I really like the power it's got. It's got a decent cam. It's got new heads, MSD ignition, and so it's an 82 GT. The other hobbies that I got kind of relate with question number 7, and that is, what do you do to relieve stress? Well, that's pretty simple. I have Tai Chi. I like doing Tai Chi in that, even though I haven't done a lot lately. And meditation. I do a lot of meditation. Not as much anymore because everything's been kind of shifted around with this moving into a house situation. So I gotta adjust all my life and schedules for that. So. Alright my friends, I think we're going to cut the video here, halfway through my questions. We're going to come back next time on the other 7 questions. We'll end it there. I don't want you to watch this big long 20-minute video, so I think that's fair to be conscious of your time and don't waste all of your day. So anyhow, in saying that, you know what? Cheers, stay awesome. So in saying that, you know what? Stay awesome guys, be awesome, be kind. And until that next video, cheers.